According to the CDC, more than 107,000 Americans died of drug overdoses last year. It's the highest annual death toll on record. I spoke to an Asheboro mother who lost her daughter to drug addiction and how she's using her story to save others.
She had a heart bigger than anything.
Claudia Marini of Asheboro says her daughter Maddie was an avid reader and soccer player who had dreams of becoming a forensic anthropologist.
Walked into her room, she was beautiful. She had these beautiful hazel, sometimes they were blue, sometimes they were green, mesmerizing eyes, but she just loved everybody.
In December of 2016, Maddie's dreams were cut short. Marini says her daughter died of a drug overdose at just 22 years old.
There's just no words to describe that moment when you hear that your child is gone. It truly was like I had lost function of all my limbs, all my senses.
Marini says she found a way to turn her pain into purpose by starting a nonprofit in her daughter's memory. Maddie's mission is a nonprofit dedicated to raising awareness about addiction and overdoses. This October, the organization will host its 6th annual Maddie's Miles 5K at Jamison Park in Winston-Salem.
Again, it is a way for us to spread awareness about how do you get addicted? What do you do if you get addicted? Where do you go? What are the signs? All those things that people really weren't talking about.
Marini says proceeds from the race will be used to help fund the drug treatment court in Forsyth County, a program she says could have saved her daughter's life.
When you are so in the thralls of addiction, you're not thinking clearly. And so sometimes they need a little extra push until we can get them somewhere and get them detox and clean.
Again, Maddie's Miles 5K will be held October 8th at Jamison Park in Winston-Salem. Families who lost a loved one to drug addiction are encouraged to submit a photo of their loved one along with a write-up of who they were as a way to honor their life and break the stigma of addiction. I think that this is such a great story that shows that addiction does not have a face. It can impact anyone from any nationality, ethnicity, any economic background. It's truly a disease. It's not a moral failing.
I think that to be at that 5K is going to be very powerful to see some of the pictures and the stories that go along with other victims of this. I mean, very powerful.
And they'll also have some guest speakers there as well, people sharing their stories and just giving resources and tools, knowing the signs. I think that's very important because, say, if you've never struggled with addiction in your family, are there mood changes? Is this person acting different? What do I need to keep an open eye to, because it's impacting people all across our country.
And 22, so young.
22, very young.
To be, you said maybe in her
She was in her mid-teens when they started seeing some signs, and it started off with, abusive pills, and there was some marijuana involved until eventually heroin was what she got addicted to.
And I think, unfortunately, a lot of people have an image of what a drug addict looks like.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really, the only image you need to have is like a human.
Anyone,
right?
Like I said, any background, doctors, lawyers, there's so many people, famous people that we even know about that have struggled with this, and they find ways of hiding it, which is so important, why people need to know the signs and know that there is help out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great story.
All right, thank you.